What's up guys? For the life of me, I cannot figure out what I want to film today. So last minute, I just decided I was gonna call up Alberto, Mr. Big Boost. He came over and we actually have a brand new 2JZ from Toyota and we're gonna be building it and putting it in my car tonight, finishing it by the end of the night, and then we're gonna be drifting tomorrow. You stoked?
What? Wait, what? What's happening over here? What is this?
Well, I thought that was a plan. Clearly there's some sort of miscommunication.
Just like 5 minutes ago?
No, he just stopped by because he needed to borrow something. I'm missing to drive my car, and my car's at paint, and I want to drift something. Nicole offered that I could take her car, but I don't want to break her car because she wants to drive soon. I thought about taking the giveaway car, but I can't film that because the videos aren't going to be coming out till January. So then I was like, what other rear-wheel drive car do I have that I could drift? And then we thought the Mustang. Unfortunately though, I ran into an issue is my drift spares from my 240 don't fit because the 18-inch wheels don't clear the Brembo calipers. So I was like, crap, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna drift the Mustang? The event starts really soon. So I went on Facebook, sent a bunch of people messages, posted on a bunch of pages, hit up some people on Craigslist, and I found 4 12-inch wheels with 245s on them. So we're gonna go pick that up, and then we're gonna take the Mustang drifting on a proper track, and we're gonna make a rad video drifting the Shelby. All jokes aside though, Alberto, do you wanna build that engine tonight?
What? What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? Is it on my screen?
Ow. What?
You failed at that right now, you know that. You gotta put that on the video.
So I stopped by and the homie Eric set me up with some 19s, but unfortunately these Brembos stick out so much that even with an 1.5 inch spacer, they're still hitting. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do at this point, but these wheels would have been rad. We got one more last hope. A friend with a Z has some wheels that he said he'd let me use for the night, but worst case scenario, I'll just end up burning up the tires that are on it right now. Just want to drive. What a night. I've been driving around for 4 hours, no exaggeration. I actually got a set of wheels that I borrowed from my friend Jamal, some really cool 19s off his 350Z that I told him I would just borrow and put new tires on for him. He even gave me spacers, but the issue is I've been trying to find at all these different stores lug nuts that would fit in these. I finally found them, but then I couldn't find the right socket to go with it because I need a thin wall 22mm socket. So I'm at the point now where I've literally been driving around for 4 hours, no exaggeration, and I think I'm just gonna drive on the tires that I have, because although I thought they were super expensive because they're 305 Pilot Super Sports, they're currently on sale on Walmart for like 130 bucks. So I just wasted all that time for nothing. I just need to go burn them, but be a little bit reserved so I have something to drive home on. I actually just realized those tires that were on sale were not the correct tires. The correct tires are $250 a piece. So I'm only gonna use those 2 tires and it's gonna be $500 and it's gonna be very painful. And I wish I had drift spares for the car, but I'm not gonna drive all this way and not drift. Don't you worry, Shelby. All right, so we're about to go on track. My biggest concern, if anything, with the GT350 is just that the car's gonna have too much grip. With 305s in the rear, Pilot Super Sports, I have a feeling it's gonna be a little bit challenging. That's why I wanted burners, but I wasn't able to find any, so I'm gonna make do with what I got. So I wasn't too keen on driving this car on the tires that come on it just because they're Pilot Super Sports and they're 305s, so they're super grippy and super expensive, so I don't know if it's gonna be challenging, but I haven't slid this car at all, so I'm kind of a little bit nervous to see how it's gonna react, but I think I've got traction control off, and we're about to go out there. The track's pretty quiet, so I should have some time to get a feel for it. I know the handbrake does work on this car. Ask me how I know that. But we're just gonna go out there and have some fun. You know, just have some fun. I will just play around at first and see how the car handles some donuts. Haven't been on this track in a minute. It looks like there's some pretty big open area here, so we'll just kind of fool around. Trying to find if there's any potholes or anything. I think traction control's still on. So the plug must be right back here. I wonder if it's on the other side.
I wonder if you can get it from under the hood.
Yeah, I'll try. So after a little bit of troubleshooting, having to pull out the user manual, since this car is a little bit different than the other Mustangs on the market, I had to figure out which fuse is for the ABS module, and I pulled that, so I'm hoping that'll do the trick. There we go. It's kind of weird. The car doesn't really counter steer much. first. I think the whole electronic steering thing is what makes these cars feel kind of funky. I'll get the hang of it though. Not bad. Let me give that another go. The car actually doesn't have as much grip as I thought it would. Probably need to go into this way faster, but... It snaps so hard in those transitions.
Oh, I lost him. Whoops.
We'll get the hang of it. I don't think I'm going to fry through tires as much as I thought though. This car's actually pretty challenging to drive. Try to do the layout that I used to do with my 240, see how that works for me. It just loves whipping around in those transitions. It's like I have to anticipate the transition or something.
Heck yeah. Yeah! That's so sick.
I don't know if my mic was on or not on the GoPro, but I figured it out that lap, and what it was is the diff in this, for whatever reason, well, obviously for an absolutely normal reason, opens up when you let off the throttle. So I just kind of did full throttle transitions and just left foot braked just a tad, just so I could stay full throttle and get my line right, and it made it so easy. It's hard to tell on camera, but we already got some wires showing. Oh my God, they're hot. Oh boy. Quickest $600 I ever spent. Watch out, I'm gonna spit some American.
Ah, God, Adam, why? Wow.
You're joking, right?
Yeah.
I didn't actually Now, if you can't tell, I'm entering kind of timidly just because of the fact that I really don't know how this car is gonna react, so I just kind of give it a light little clutch kick. And I end up kind of holding down the foot brake here so I can stay full throttle, set myself up. Nope. Did it wrong that time. Sketchy. Tipsy's coming on through. Gonna go shred his tires off. When's it gonna pop? When's it gonna pop?
I'm just gonna send it.
Don't say that.
That's what I do.
You said this is just a completely stock Z?
Drop-in K&N filters with like stock intake.
And this is an HR though, right?
Yeah, and then
Got it.
full exhaust, no cats.
Yeah, it seems like it makes nice power.
Yeah,
That's like the perfect mark. Taillight's still good.
that was a hard hit though.
No, you can see it in the video. You were just on it.
I was gonna send it.
Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the Mustang. I mean, it's definitely not a drift car out of the box, but it drifts. It was a little complicated figuring out how to get it to drift. I'd much rather have this than this. This would have been so much more fun on the drift track than this. But I'm happy I drifted it because it's something that I've been wanting to do. So I can check it off the list, I can get another set of tires, and I can not burn them up anymore. I always love the vibes here at Auberndale, it's so chill. I texted Chelsea about the thing with the diff, and he said it's actually the steering inputs on this car. There's zero self-steer, so that's why I was having a hard time and it was spinning out. You have to literally manually turn the car to do everything, and the reason why I had it easier when I was staying on throttle is because it makes the transition slower, so I'm able to manhandle the wheel a little bit easier rather than it going faster than I can catch up. I called up Marco and warned him that there's a very good chance that my tires may explode on the drive home as they are very flat. I can feel them. You know, in retrospect, Auberndale is probably one of the most dangerous tracks I could have taken this to just because of the walls and everything. I forgot that it's not like OSW where you can just drift the apron. You legit have to be on the bank. So if something went wrong or if it acted funny, I could have easily taken this thing into the wall. But it may sound weird, I would have rather crashed this car than Nicole's, both because Nicole's car is Nicole's car and because I feel like it's so much harder to recreate her car. There's just so much time and work into it where, like, yes, this is a very expensive, nice car, but in my eyes it's replaceable. Nicole's 240 is not. If you can't tell, the Mustang is growing a bit old on me and I don't know how much longer it will last on the channel, but for now I like it and I'm glad that it's getting driven. The suede seats did get pretty dirty. I can feel all the rubber on them, so I'm gonna have to get some sort of suede cleaner. Probably vacuum them first. I think that's the only bummer thing about today, so. I noticed some people on Twitter thought that I would be like in love with the idea of drifting with a V8, but to be honest, I like driving my 240, I like driving Nicole's 240, I like driving the JZX100. It's all a different experience, and to be honest, I kind of like the cars that are turboed and have the power up top, because the V8, you can kind of just putt around, and I feel like it makes drifting less exciting. Yes, maybe a little bit more competitive, but V8 motors definitely aren't for me, and that's why you'll hear me put down LS motors quite a bit, just because drifting for me is just, it's supposed to be exciting, and LSs aren't exciting for me. This car sounds great, but I still rather drive a JZ. It is hard not to love this car though. I can feel the right rear tire vibrating. It's a little sketchy. We made it back in one piece. I was a little sketched out riding that far. It was about an hour and a half drive on bald tires, but we're good. We made it home. Was it worth $600 in tires because they're so expensive? Probably not, but at least I can say I drifted the GT350. So I'm happy about that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and maybe next time we will drift Nicole's Mini Cooper. It just might need a couple mods first. Bye.